All right, so in these videos, I'm not going to be trying to give any kind of help. I'm literally just going to share what's been going on with me. It's going to be difficult to tell all my backstory in one video, so I'll probably just give it in pieces here and there. You'll hear this a little bit, and maybe that'll help put some of the pieces together. But I think the general content will be helpful to some people because a lot of the stuff that I deal with, I think a lot of people deal with at different levels. Recently, I've come through another low point where I go for a while through a wilderness, enduring suffering. And then I just get to a place where it's gone on so long that I just kind of come basically crawling on the ground, or I don't even crawl. I think I just kind of fall to the ground and I go, God, I can't do this anymore. Like, what is going on? Lord, why are you waiting so long to help me in this way that I'm pleading with you to help me? This specifically for me revolves around the world of emotional pain that's based in a lot of childhood trauma. I've done so much work. I've gone through therapy. I've changed my diet. I'm as close to God as I've ever been in my life. I'm in the Word morning. I'm in the Word in the evening. My prayer time is consistent, solid every day. And yet, and I'm a close, like I said, my relationship is like, that's not just works. Those things are cultivating this relationship where there's this fluidity between me and the Lord. Me and my Father. I call him my Father. I don't even call him God. He's still God, but it's my Father and my Dad. And yet, I am barely making it with Jesus, is how it feels. Like, I feel like I have this hole inside of me, this massive, they say that Jesus fills the hole. And I'm like, he does, or he did. But there's these other holes, I guess you would say, that are still there. And there's this hole in me that's been in there. It's been in me since I was a kid. And I look at it, it's like it's in the spirit. It's like I see like a tattered cloak, and there's just this massive hole in the middle of it. And the cloak is just like tattered, torn. It looks like a blast, like it's like a cloak that was like just a bomb exploded in the middle of it and just blew it to shreds. And that's how I feel. There's just so much hurt in me still from this wound. And I know that God has covered. When I got saved when I was 17, I believe he just put a big blanket over top of my issues. I think that he poured his love out on me and it changed me forever. And then I think he just put a blanket over my mountain of issues and has literally little by little kind of uncovered it piece by piece to deal with it. Because if he hadn't, I would not be alive today. I'd be dead. I was on drugs at a very young age. And I would not have made it. I either would have killed myself on drugs or someone else would have killed me. And it's literally the mercies of God that I'm still here and I'm alive to this day, because I've been suicidal. I was suicidal once after that, when in my late 30s, because of more issues that were created by this hole. I've always been trying to keep this hurt at bay, and then I've taken it to God and said, Lord, please heal me, please help me, please heal me, please help me. But it's like I get this deliverance, or I'll get this healing over here, or he'll deal with something over there or something back here, and yet it's like all around the hole we're dealing with stuff. But this thing has just been there. It's been there in mine since I was a kid. And some people don't know what that's like. And they think, well, that's just because you didn't let Jesus in that space. Did you invite Jesus into that space? I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been to every conference, healing conference, read every possible book on. I could show you my library. I got more stuff you can even shake. I've listened. I've gone into the deep wells of the stuff. I'm very healed in a lot of ways. But this thing, man, it's a killer. And I just laid on my floor this morning. Like I said, this is going to be super transparent. And I very often I become afraid of myself in these moments because I feel so vulnerable. I feel so exposed. I feel like I'm going to do something bad, do something drastic. And I just prayed, I said, God, please don't let me kill myself. However, you know what I mean? Like, because this thing is so strong, you couldn't drink this thing away. You can't do enough drugs to drug this thing. You can't numb it enough. There's nothing that can, it cuts through everything. It's the most powerful force in my life other than Jesus. And that's why it's had such a hold on me and had such effect on me, because Jesus is the only other thing that has helped me deal with it. It's more powerful than counseling. It's more powerful than therapy. It's more powerful than anything. And to this day, I don't really understand it. I understand my childhood. I understand my traumas. I understand a lot of the psychology of it, a lot of the spirituality of it, a lot of the emotional, physical, the mind-body connection. I understand those things. I've been chewing on that stuff for decades. But the Lord, at the end of the day, here's the thing. He's let it stay. He's allowed it. He's allowed me to keep it. This hole that I live with on a daily basis, that many times has led me into sinful choices. And then I've had to repent and say, I'm sorry, Lord. This thing that has tested me, this affliction that has buried me at times in sadness and depression and discouragement and has kept me high on anxiety and beyond hypervigilant, and all these overreactive behaviors that come from trying to contain this thing that I can't contain. He's allowed it. He has allowed it. If anybody was going to get healed, it would be me. And I remember saying that about somebody. I heard that a pastor's wife died, and they all prayed for her, and they had faith for her. And I remember saying that was God's will. Because if anybody had faith, it would have been those people. They've seen miracles. They've been in that world. I thought, there's nobody else who could have prayed for that woman and she would have got healed, except them. And that's when I said that was God's will. God wanted, for whatever reason, he wanted her home. And it crushed everybody, like this crushes me. It crushes me because I go, Lord, why? What do you gain? What do I gain carrying this hole in my chest, my spirit, this hole in my spirit for 42 years? And at the end of the day, then I because of all the work that I've done and all the relational cultivation that I've done with him, at the end of the day, I just say, I trust you. That's the only reason I'm here making this video, and not laid up somewhere in some dark place, or just in depression, or, God forbid, somewhere far worse. The only reason I'm here is because I keep saying to him, in the face of affliction, in the face of this horror that lives within me, this monster that wants to consume me, this hole is like it's alive, and it wants to come out, like those reversible jackets. It's like it wants to whoosh, like reverse on me, and then it comes out, and I go inside, because that's what happens. I get sucked in, and it comes out, and I'm fighting it with the Lord every day. It's I fight it with it's my flesh. It's with whatever you want to call it. I fight it every day, and it's so strong. It's stronger because of the things that I've experienced in my life. I think it's less strong for some people, but that's not me. It's obviously less strong for people because there's millions of people that are living their lives in a normal way. And they're not talking about this. They're not dealing with this. But there's lots of people out there that are. So that's who this video is for. If you're one of those people that is enduring long-suffering pain and lack, emotional suffering and mental suffering, and it's taken its toll on you like a physical sickness. And that's the other thing. I've been sick for a month and a half too, that doesn't ever help. But if you're one of those people and you're a follower of Jesus, there's no answer but him. And when he says, no, I'm not going to take it away from you the way you want him to. And when he says, I'm with you in it, but we're going to stay in it. You have a choice in that moment. You can say, I'm done. You're not giving me what I want, I'm out. Or you can say, okay, I trust you. And I used to say I'm out. I mean, I said I was out for years. I was like, I can't, because I didn't believe that I could do it, and I didn't believe that, and I didn't want that. I was like, no, I don't want to stay in it. I want to get out of it. Escape it, please. Thank you. And I mean, I've not been escaping it. I've not been running from it. I've been staying in it for years now. But you get to these moments and you're like, how long, Lord? How long are we going to stay here? It's been years. It's been decades. Like, what's going on? Like I said, Lord, I love you. I'm here. I'm in it. Even if you don't give me what I want, right? That's my thing. You don't give me what I want, I still love you. I still follow you. You're still my Lord. You're still my dad. That hasn't changed. But you just get to a point, oftentimes, throughout the journey where you're just like, oh, are we still doing this? You know, I'm putting my hand through the hole and I'm going, you see, this is still here. You know, can we deal with this? You know, I thank you for this, and thank you for that healing, and thank you for that deliverance, and thank you for the wisdom, and thank you for I've improved, you know. I'm nothing like I was a year ago, let alone 10 years ago. I'm 1,000 times better, but I'm still suffering this one massive thing that I can't even tell you what it is. I just know the results of it. I know its effect on me. And so yeah, I'm in the battle, and I'm not leaving him. And I've told him that. I said, Lord, I don't care. It's like some of the disciples said that, no matter what, we're not leaving you. You know. And that's where I'm gonna stay. Like, I guess, like kind of like a mentality of I'm a son, you know, and he's my father, and he's comforted my heart in ways that no one has. I mean, when mother and father forsake me, and when my mom and dad left me, it was the Lord who took me up. It wasn't somebody, it was him who poured his love into my heart and helped me and encouraged me and was with me through all my mistakes and all my destructive ways because of the things I didn't even understand were working in my heart. So, you know, that's I'm always trying to help other people, and it's like, but that's really not what this is about. I really just want to share. There's not a clean tie bow at the end of this. Okay, in this moment, I'm still in that place where I'm just saying, Lord, I trust you, but this is killing me. And that's where I'm going to go to sleep tonight. And I'm going to lay down and I'm going to tell him, I'm going to say, Jesus, I love you and I trust you. And you know, who knows then what the next day brings. Maybe tomorrow's the day. Maybe tomorrow's the day this tattered this tattered spirit of mine gets healed completely. But that's something I'll never lose, is hope. He's my hope. So don't lose hope. That's the only encouraging thing I'm going to say. Don't lose hope. Keep trusting him.